All right. G'day, guys. Just thought I'd give you an update on where we're at with the bus. I've actually started gutting it. You can see I've taken down that shelving unit on the driver's side. So pulled it all apart. There's the old inverter that was in there. So that wasn't too hard, actually. It come down pretty easily. I've also started pulling out the back row of chairs. So I started with actually pulling them out properly and decided to try unscrew them from underneath and try save the chairs as much as possible. That one actually took me about 2.5 hours just to get out the legitimate way, and then when I wanted to get this section off, I couldn't get this off because these are actually bolted on the other side and not actually into the chassis at all. Like the chassis bolt isn't threaded or anything or welded to the chassis. You just got to put a spanner on the back side of it and on this side of it, and I didn't want to have to undo all of that underneath all those chairs to do it. So I decided to do a shortcut and just start grinding them out, which actually works out a lot quicker and saves me a lot of heartache considering I'm doing it by myself. And the best part about it is the job pays too, because of all the rubbish and stuff. I've got a collection here. So every seat I pull out, I'm finding money. So bargain. It's already paying off. So out of 1, 2, well, I should have half the bus paid for, I guess. But in doing that too, I found a few problems with the floor. Look, I was always going to replace the floor, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's a massive amount of rot. You can see just water's been coming in down here. So it's not from the aircon, it's leaking from the roof. So same on this side, you can see water's been coming through here and then rotting the carpet. But this side is virtually no rot, really. It's swollen, so there's definitely I don't know if you can see it on camera very much, but anyway, the floor's warped. But there's no rot in it. It's starting to swell, so it'll be rotted out sooner than later anyway. But look, I was going to replace this floor. Not too worried about that. But my biggest issue was I had a cooling problem with it. I took it for a run up the coast with the family, and everything goes all right. It didn't overheat or anything, which was good. There's all the shelf I pulled out. Right, so basically, the original problem was there we go. Oh, it'll help if I open the correct thing. Okay, so basically it all started, where are we? It all started here. Right, so I sealed this up, made all that proper, and then we had a leak here, so I fixed all that up. Then we ended up having, where was the other leak? We had started having a leak up the top under here, so I fixed all that up. And then I realised we can't even see how much fluid's in there, so I made a sight glass. I've got to fix it a little bit, but anyway. So I made a sight glass, and then, as you can see, it was leaking out the top here, so I fixed that up. Then the cap started leaking, but then we had an overflow issue, so I had to form a little lip, or a nozzle actually. So I used a bit of sort of instant weld sort of stuff, and created my own nozzle, which was perfect. Everything was working great, and it pretty much fixed all the issues there, except for a slight leak. So I actually ordered a new cap, but in the meantime it developed a leak in here, which is from the sender to do the demister at the front. So clearly there's been an issue in the past. They've tried to fix it, and now that I've fixed all the other leaks, you know, the water's going to come out the weakest point, and that's where it's starting to come out now. So there's something else I've got to fix. So not to mention all the million other things I've got to replace. But in Australia here, we had to take it over a thing called the pits, and which is good because it gave me a chance to get underneath the bus and find out anything that was really wrong with it. And there were a few rust issues and stuff that I'm going to have to attend to. One of them being under the step. So you'll see under here, a pretty major issue with rust. So all this is coming out, which is all right. That's not a problem. I can just cut that out, cut that whole box out, and we'll just put a new one in there, and yeah, Bob's your auntie. But other rust issues I've got to attend to down in here, so down in there, and down where the batteries are. So I'll replace all this. This is all I cleaned out yesterday. It was actually, yeah. So just to see how bad it actually was. Just moisture sort of builds up in the bus and seems to come down here and build up down the bottom here. So it's been doing it for years and years. The other thing is, rather than rivets, wire seems to be the best option to hold on panels. So I think I'll fix that up as well. And same at the back. So there's rust all through it. But it's all pretty minor. It's just cutting sections out, putting in new stuff. You know, that floor, I had a look at that floor just underneath there, and they've actually cut it out in the past and put a new section in. So basically I actually have to fix that, won't I? Oh well, I'll fix that later. But anyway, it is what it is. And there's your update. So I've been gutting Ted, and we'll hopefully have something that resembles well, a slightly worked out floor plan-ish later on. So yeah, I'll just finish grinding off these little guys, get them out, and then I'll essentially have a pretty good limousine area and dance floor. So all the crazy cats can have a good party time back here. All right, till next time, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.